Hey guys, Matthew here. So, I just wanted to give you guys a couple clarifications on 2 points I was going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about what dyslexia is and isn't, and I also wanted to give my testimony. So first, I'm going to start with my dyslexia, because that kind of is a big part of my testimony, so you won't really understand my testimony without understanding dyslexia. So I'm going to get into that. First, let me clear up some misconceptions about what dyslexia is and isn't. It is a reading disability, but it's actually more than that. It's a language-based disability, if you want to call it a disability. It's actually a talent, but I'll get into that in a minute. But basically, if you to give a good word picture, is dyslexics kind of are like three-dimensional thinkers, as normal people are like kind of two-dimensional. Dyslexics think with pictures. Regular people think with words, sounds of words. Dyslexics are really good at like science, art, math, technical stuff, kind of like nerds. While language people tend to be better at social skills, language, following instruction, organization. Dyslexics are better at creativity. So basically there's two different camps. I actually have a picture, let me find it, kind of a visual representation of the two different minds, like kind of how they work. So this is going to be on my computer screen. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but here's the two pictures. The dyslexic mind is on the left, regular mind is on the right. You can kind of tell that dyslexics, when they store information, kind of to explain the picture, dyslexics use the information, incorporate the information into like their structure of thinking, to be used to be able to kind of use and create and to see the outside world, while regular minds kind of absorb information into their head. You can kind of see their windows aren't very big, so they don't look at the world around them. They kind of absorb information out of books and what they're told and kind of things. So it's like two different camps that really the school system has only really acknowledged one. They're very, this is you use your left brain mainly if you're a non-dyslexic. You use your right brain if you're a dyslexic. So really there's two camps of thought in the way people think, and two different really substantial difference between two different types of people in the way they think. And the school system is only focused on teaching the non-dyslexic mind. And the problem with that is, if you try to kind of think of a dyslexic as a three-dimensional thinker, like I think I mentioned before, and non-dyslexic as a two-dimensional, like you can build, let me use these two objects as representations, but if you were to think of a two-dimensional thinker is like this piece of paper, you can construct a three-dimensional shape or whatever by taking two-dimensional objects, constructing it into 3 dimensions. But if you take a three-dimensional object and try to turn it into two-dimensional, which is basically what the school system does, is because it teaches two-dimensional thought processes, not three-dimensional. Dyslexics are actually much smarter than more regular people, but they're not taught in a way that suits them. The school system actually makes them stupid, because basically it kind of turns them into a two-dimensional thinker when they're actually already a three-dimensional thinker, and which the school system is trying to teach two-dimensional thinkers to be three-dimensional thinkers. So basically, the people who are smart are being taught to be stupid, and the people who are stupid are trying to be smart, and so it basically, both camps get nowhere. So basically, what this video is I'm trying to explain that the problem with our country and the way things operate, I think part of the reason Americans have become so lazy and stupid and gotten to be dumb is because the school system doesn't work for everyone. It only works for half. Actually, one of the things I've been looking into on dyslexia is I've heard different statistics, but somewhere between 1 in 7 and 1 in 10 people are dyslexic. So it's actually a good thing. It's not really a bad thing, even though the school system will tell you it's a bad thing from their point of view, because they're representing this mind and they don't understand this mind. They'll confuse most people. But anyway, you might be curious about how I came about understanding. There's a really good book that I found. It's an audio book. If you're dyslexic, that's probably the best way to go through it. It's called The Gift of Dyslexia. It looks like that's the cover of the book, by Ron Davis, and it's really interesting. It kind of explains the thought processes and different ways of thinking that dyslexics, the differences between the two camps, and kind of it doesn't really explain like how normal people think. Well, it kind of does, but it focuses mainly on the way it focuses on the way dyslexic think. So anyway, not saying it very clearly, but I think I'm getting my point across. Anyway, so yeah, that's the problem with so dyslexics are thought of as stupid and often made retarded because of the school system, when actually if they had never gone to school. Examples of brilliant dyslexics you can find on the web. Let's see if I bookmark any. Probably, I don't think so. Let me search for it. Let's see, so spell it right. Dyslexic people, there we go. So you can tell I've clicked on some a few times, but okay, so here's some picture of some famous dyslexics you can find on the web. A lot of actors you can see, inventors, scientists, designers, lawyers. Dyslexics are good at they have a hard time absorbing information when it's presented in a they're really smart in absorbing information, but the way that people are taught information is aimed at non-dyslexics, so they have a hard time with it. So anyway, I'm going to pause because somebody's knocking. Hey, I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. I just had somebody come to my door and was trying to find out some information for me. But anyway, so I'm going to give you a taste of a chapter from this book. Just, I think it's chapter 1. Let me find it real quick. I don't have it at the right spot yet, but just give me a minute. Let me pause it real quick.